Hello everyone, let's discuss Punjab and Haryana High Court Clerk exam conducted on 24 November 2022. Shift 1, Part 1 General Knowledge. Question 1 is, what is the name of the rocket which was scheduled for launch on August 29, 2022 by NASA? That is Artemis 1. Artemis 1 Uncrewed Moon Mission by NASA. Question 2. Researchers of which IIT developed an ultrasound assisted fermentation method to produce a safe sugar replacement called xylitol from bakes in August 2022? That is IIT Guwahati. Bakes sugarcane residue sugar substitute, IIT Guwahati. Question 3. In the Hindu calendar, which season occurs in the month of Chaitra and Vaisakh? That is Vasant Ritu. Vasant Ritu is the season associated with Chaitra and Vaisakh. Question 4. The Home Rule movement was started by Bal Gangadhar Tilak at Belgaum and later by Annie Besant in Madras in the year 1916. Or 1916, the movement demanded self-government for India. Home Rule movement 1916. Question 5. Which Indian author published the book The Great Tag Game Shaping Geopolitics and the Destiny of Nations in February 2022? That is Anirudh Suri. Great Tag Game Anirudh Suri. Question 6. For contribution in which sport was Sarpal Singh conferred the Dronacharya Award for the year 2021 in a lifetime achievement category? That is hockey. Sarpal Singh Hockey Dronacharya Award. Question 7. Dhol Kolam and Tangta are the folk dance originated in which state of India? Manipur. Question 8. Which classical dance form was introduced in the 15th century AD by the Vaishnava saint reformer Mahapurusha Sankardeva? That is Satriya. Satriya Assam Sankardeva. Question 9. Under Industrial Policy Resolution 1956, how many industries were included in the Schedule B category? That is 12. IPR 1956, Schedule B, 12 industry. Question 10. Who founded the Widow Marriage Association in 1860? Pandit Vishnu Shastri, 1860, Widow Marriage Association. Question 11. During which 5-year plan was the irrigation project Bhakra Dam completed? Second 5-year plan, 1956 to 61. Question 12. Where is the Buddhist spot where the Buddha gave his first sermon called the Dharam Chakra Parvartana or Wheel of Law 5 weeks after his enlightenment? That is Sarnath. Question 13. How many medals did India win in wrestling in the Commonwealth Games 2022? That is 12. Question 14. Rampur Sahaswan Gharana of Hindustani music was founded by Ustad Inayat Khan. Rampur Sahaswan Gharana of Hindustan music founded by Inayat Khan. Question 15. Which Indian cricketer penned his autobiography Wrist Assured, an autobiography, and co-authored it with senior journalist R. Kaushik, launched in March 2022? Gundappa Ranganathan Vishwanath. Question 16. According to the Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices Act 1969, companies have assessed it worth rupees 100 crore or more were called MRTP films and were subjected to several restrictions. MRTP threshold is rupees 100 crore. Question 17. Which act of British government extended the principle of communal representation by providing separate electorates for Sikhs, Indian, Christians, Anglo-Indian and Europeans? Indian Counselling Act 1909. The Indian Counselling Act 1909, also called Morley-Minto reforms, introduced separate electorates for Muslims and further expanded communal representation. Question 18. In which year was the Narora Atomic Power Station set up in India? 1991 in Uttar Pradesh. Question 19. As per NASA, what is the number of moons in the solar system excluding moons awaiting official recognition and moons of dwarf planet? that is 146. NASA count reported 146 moons and moons of. Question 20. Which vitamin among the following is a water soluble vitamin? Vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is a B complex vitamin and is water soluble. Vitamin B and C are water soluble and vitamin A, D and E are fat soluble. Question 21. In which state of India did the folk music form Sohar originated? In Bihar. Sohar in Bihar, it is a childbirth song. Question 22. Al-Bahr al-Mayyat is the Arabic name of which famous water body? That is Dead Sea. Dead Sea or Dead Water in Arabic. Question 23. The planet Mercury completes one revolution around the Sun in 88 days. Mercury revolution in 88 days. Question 24. When was the new economic policy introduced by the Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh? July 24, 1991. 1991 Liberalization, Privatization and Globalization LPG. Question 25. About which constitutional body do Articles 315 to 323 of the Indian Constitution deal? That is Union Public Service Commission. Article 315 to 323 Public Service Commissions. Question 26. Under the policy of privatization in the new economic policy 1991, the share of private sector increased from 45% to 55%. 1991 privatization 45% to 55%. Question 27. The energy of hard X-rays ranges between 5 to 10 kV. Question 28. Which nutrition deficiency disease has two types called wet and dry? That is beriberi. It is caused by thiamine vitamin B1 deficiency. It occurs in wet and dry forms. Question 29. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment operationalized the SCAD portal on the occasion of the International Day of Older Person on October 1, 2021. What does D stand for? D stand for dignity. SCAD stand for Senior Care Aging Growth Engine Dignity. Question 30. Which is one of the main objectives of Namaste scheme launched jointly by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in August 2022 to attain zero facility in sanitation work across India? Question 31. Karam Maheshwari became India's first female Olympic medalist at the Millennium Olympics in Sydney 2000 when she won bronze in weightlifting in the women's 69 kg category. Maleshwari, Sydney 2000, 69 kg bronze. Question 32. In the first half of 2022, China's funding in Pakistan for China-Pakistan Economic Corridor reduced by around 56%. Question 33. In August 2022, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh launched India's first truly indigenously developed hydrogen fuel cell bus at which place? In Pune. Question 34. Who holds the record of presenting the highest number of budgets during his tenure as the Finance Minister of India? Morarji Desai, 1950s and 1960s. Question 35. In August 2022, Indian judoka Linthoi Chennambam scripted history by winning India's first ever medal in Judo World Championship with a gold in which category? Women's 57 kg category. Question 36. Which of the following music forms was sung by the fishermen of ancient Bengal? That is Bhatiyali. Question 37. The average elevation of the Eastern Ghat is 600 meter. Average elevation of Eastern Ghat is 600 meter. Question 38. What is the chemical name of borax which finds application as a detergent in a laundry? Sodium tetraborate dihydrate. Sodium tetraborate dihydrate. Question 39. The only teen producing state in India is Chhattisgarh. Teen only in Chhattisgarh. Question 40. The site where Lord Buddha attained Mahaparinirvana is located in Kushinagar, Uttar Pradesh. Question 41. Under which article of the Indian Constitution has the President of India been conferred with the power to grant pardon against punishment for an offence against Union law, punishment by a martial court or death sentence? Article 72, President's pardoning power. Question 42. The industrial policy of 1948 has dash four classification of industries in India, that is four classification. Question 43. PSE is an acronym used for a rare form of epilepsy developed due to excessive use of the computer. What is the full form of PSE? Photosensitive epileptic seizures. Question 44. The Indus Valley Civilization site Kalibangan is located in Rajasthan and it is known for evidence of plugged field and fire altars. Question 45. Sir Dorabji Tata served as the first president of which sports organization in India? Indian Olympic Association. Sir Dorabji Tata was the first president of the Indian Olympic Association established in 1927. Question 46. Which article of the Indian Constitution gives Supreme Court the authority to review its judgment? Article 137. Article 137. Supreme Court power to review any judgment pronounced or order made by it, subject to law and rules. Question 47. COPD is the acronym used for the disease caused due to atmospheric pollution. The full form of COPD is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It is a chronic lung disease involving persistent airflow limitation. Air pollution is an important risk factor along with smoking and other exposure. Question 48. In August 2022, Defense Ministers of India and Tanzania signed a MOU to set up a task force to prepare a 5-year roadmap to enhance defense cooperation. Question 49. On November 9, 2021, which financial institution in India announced the launch of its first global hackathon, Harbingner 2021 Innovation for Transformation, with the theme Smarter Digital Payment, that is Reserve Bank of India. Harbingner 2021 RBI Smarter Digital Payment. Question 50. How many lanes does the Delhi Meerut Expressway have? 14 lanes. Part 2. English objective. You have to tell synonym of tarnish. Tarnish means defame. Synonym of compel. Compel means urge. Synonym of breach. Breach means violation. Synonym of negotiate means mediate. Synonym of kindle. Kindle means ignite. Question 6. I am giving this decision in my judicial capacity. Question 7. She has a passion for reading novel. Question 8. When he joined college, he reveled in his newfound freedom. Question 9. अरेंज करना है, ऑप्शन सी. क्वेश्चन 10 अरेंज करना है, ये भी क्वेश्चन ए. क्वेश्चन 11 मीनिंग ऑफ द ईडियम कट अ सॉरी फिगर मीन्स टू क्रिएट अ बैड इम्प्रेशन. क्वेश्चन 12 pour oil on troubled water to pacify a situation. Question 13 call to account to demand an explanation. Question 14 select the sentence that contains no spelling error, that is option A. The victims of the tragedy were adequately compensated. Question 15 select the sentence that contains no spelling error. Option A. Only organically grown herbs are used in our medicine. Question 16. Select the sentence that contains no spelling error. Option A. Am I being complimented or criticized? Question 17. Antonym of jocular. Jocular means cheerful and its antonym is depressed. Antonym of censor. Censor means strong criticism or blame. So its antonym is praise. Question 19. Abstinence. Abstinence means deliberate and its antonym is indulgence. Question 20. Antonym of harmony. Harmony means agreement, peace, and its antonym is discord. Discord means disagreement. Part 3. Descriptive session. Essay 1. A morning in a park. A morning in a park is one of the best ways to begin the day. The fresh air, greenery, and peaceful surroundings make the mind calm and the body active. Last month, I visited a beautiful park early in the morning. As the sun rose, birds were chirping and a cool breeze was blowing through the trees. People from the nearby colony had gathered there. Senior citizens were walking and talking while many young people were running and exercising. Some people were doing yoga and meditation. Children were also playing different games. I joined a group doing yoga and practiced simple breathing exercise. After a short time, I felt fresh, energetic, and mentally relaxed. I then walked around the park and enjoyed the beauty of nature. A morning in a park gives us a healthy start to the day. Everyone should develop the habit of spending some time in nature because it improves both physical and mental well-being. Essay 2. Attending an Indian wedding. Attending an Indian wedding is a colorful and memorable experience. Indian weddings are known for their traditions, food, music, decoration, and the participation of family members. Recently, I attended the wedding of a relative. The celebration began with the traditional ceremonies and continued for several days. The house and venue were beautifully decorated with flowers and lights. Relatives and friends arrived from different places and enjoyed music, dance, and delicious food. The wedding ceremony reflected our rich cultural tradition. Elders blessed the couple while children and young people enjoyed the celebration. I especially liked the way relatives worked together to make the occasion successful. An Indian wedding is not merely a social event, it brings families and friends together and strengthens relationships. It also gives the younger generation an opportunity to learn about customs and tradition. Although modern weddings are changing, the spirit of family, love, and togetherness remains at their heart. Essay 3. Gender bias in our society. Gender bias means treating people differently because of their gender. It has existed in many societies for a long time and can affect education, employment, family responsibility, and decision making. Girls have often been expected to perform household duties while boys have been encouraged to study and build career. Such attitude limit the potential of both gender. A girl should have the same opportunity for education, sports, and employment as boys. Similarly, boys should also be free to choose activities and careers according to their interest. Education is one of the most effective ways to remove gender bias. Parents and schools should teach children that ability and hard work rather than gender should determine opportunity. Equal pay, safe workplaces, and equal participation in decision making are also important. A progressive society cannot develop when half of its population is denied equal opportunity. We must change stereotypes and respect individual talent. Equality is not only a woman's issue, it is a social responsibility. Essay 4. Better late than never. The proverb better late than never teaches us that doing something late is better than not doing it at all. It encourages people to take positive action even when they feel that they have already missed the right time. For example, a student who has wasted several months may still begin studying seriously. Although the student may have lost valuable time, sincere effort can still improve the result. Similarly, a person who wishes to learn a skill, improve health, or correct a mistake should not give up simply because the decision was delayed. The proverb does not encourage unnecessary delay. Instead, it teaches us not to lose hope because of past mistake. We cannot change the time that has already passed, but we can use the present wisely. Success often comes to those who begin again after failure or delay. Therefore, we should learn from the past, act in the present, and keep working towards our goal. A late beginning is still a beginning, and it can lead to meaningful success. Question 2. Letter writing. Option A. Letter to a friend inviting him or her to spend a few days with you. Address, date. Dear Saurabh, I hope you are doing well. I was very happy to hear about your success in the recent examination. Congratulations on your achievement. I am writing to invite you to spend a few days with me in Ambala. It has been a long time since we met and I would love to have you here. You are preparing for the clerk examination, so I can also share my notes and study material with you. We can study together and discuss important topics. Apart from study, we can visit some interesting places nearby and spend quality time together. It will be a wonderful opportunity to catch up and enjoy our old friendship. Please let me know when you can come. I am eagerly waiting for your visit. Your lovingly and your name. Option B. Letter to Business Manager, Sales Department, NCERT, New Delhi, ordering mathematics textbook for class 7. To the Business Manager, Sales Department, NCERT, New Delhi. Date. Subject. Order for mathematics textbook for class 7. Sir, ma'am, I am writing on behalf of my school to place an order for mathematics textbook for class 7. We require the prescribed NCERT mathematics textbook for the coming academic session. Kindly supply 50 copies of the latest edition of the class 7 mathematics textbook. Please ensure that all copies are in good condition and that the books conform to the latest NCERT syllabus. We request you inform us about the total cost, available educational discount and delivery charges if any. The books may be delivered to the school address as the earliest so that they can distribute it to students before the new session begins. Payment will be made according to the agreed terms after receipt and verification of the books. Kindly confirm the order and expected date of delivery. Yours faithfully, name, principal, and your school name. So that's all. Thank you so much for listening.